If you saw one of my recent pantry challenge videos, you saw that we did arroz con pollo, and we're doing it again because it was so good. So here's how I'm gonna make the rice. I've just got basmati rice. I'm going to toast this in a pan with a little butter. To that pan, I'm also gonna add some tomato paste, a couple cloves of garlic, and then I will add in 1 tablespoon of the chicken bouillon by Knorr. I'll add 1 tablespoon for every cup of rice. Tonight I'm doing 4 cups of rice. Then I'm gonna add broth, bring it up to a boil, cover and simmer for 17 minutes. On the side, I'm gonna saute up some peppers and onions. I think these are gonna add a really nice color and texture and flavor to the dish. And then Brandon is gonna grill up a bunch of chicken. He has seasoned it with just Lowry seasoned salt, and I think it's gonna be so good. For the queso part of this dish, we're gonna be using this salsa con queso. We got it at Costco, and this was the only cheese dip they had. We've never bought this one before, so we're looking forward to giving it a try. I think this is gonna come together beautifully. I've got these peppers and onions with a little bit of olive oil. I added some salt and pepper. These smell amazing. In here, I've got the rice. It also smells so good, and Brandon has the chicken on the grill. Let's go see him. I come out here and he is chilling. He has got it done. He is grilled.
I'm going to just import this sequence.
These are looking delicious. Oh my gosh, honey, it's gonna be so good. Let's do this. Hey y'all, welcome back to A Dash of Gratitude. If you're new here, my name is Beth, and I do a lot of cooking on my channel. I also do a little bit of homeschool and family content, Southern living. We live in South Carolina. I gotta tell you, this recipe here, arroz con pollo, is a new absolute family favorite. It's so delicious. If you've never made it, it's really simple, and it's so good. It's so good. This whole video is actually full of family favorites. If you like what you see here in this video, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already.
And then Robbie. No, Robbie already has his.
Bring the bacon.
You.
Is it good?
Can you give me like a...
Yeah. This is a tres leches cake one of our neighbors made for us, and it's such a treat to have dessert. Dinner tonight is going to be spicy Mississippi roast. And whenever I make the Mississippi roast, I always use stew beef instead of a full roast. That's just my personal preference. So this is almost 5 pounds of stew meat. The other ingredients we're gonna add is 1 pack of the Lipton onion soup mix, 1 pack of brown gravy, and then we're also gonna be using 1 pack of ranch seasoning. We're gonna use the spicy one today, which is what's gonna make this a little bit different, a little more spicy than the original delicious recipe. Then I have some of these pepperoncinis. There's just a few, and I'm just gonna add the peppers that are in there. I'm probably not gonna add any of the vinegar that's in there because it can get a little spicy, maybe a little too spicy, and I just want to see what this amount of spicy does to this recipe. I forgot, we're also going to need 1 stick of butter, 1 pack of onion soup, 1 pack of brown gravy, 1 pack of the spicy ranch, that smells really good. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 pepperoncinis. Okay. 1 stick of butter. And I've already got my crock pot set to low, and I'm just gonna let it cook all day. I've got it set for 6 hours, so I'll just kind of keep an eye on it. I'll probably just keep an eye on it. I'll be home most of the day. And the stew meat itself is a little bit frozen. still. So as soon as I see that it's thawed enough, I'll stir it all together really, really well. All right, see you back when it's done. To go along with dinner tonight, we're gonna make this holiday rosemary cheese bread. It's just a bread mix that we picked up at Walmart, great value. I got it over the holidays. I thought it sounded pretty good, and so we're gonna whip it up tonight. Actually, Serena is gonna be whipping it up tonight. So we're not gonna walk you step by step through it. Speaking of step by step, I just played New Kids on the Block step by step for Serena, and she was like, what even is this? All right, but to make this, you're gonna need a couple of eggs, some water, and a little bit of oil. And I'll show you how it turns out when it's done. I think we're gonna make it into muffins, right, Serena?
See.
All right, we'll see you then. All right, we whipped up the batter. We filled up the muffin tins, and now we're just topping this with some cheese. And these smell so good. Speaking of smelling good, dinner is gonna be delicious. You guys, it smells amazing in this kitchen. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to eat. These turned out looking so delish. Way to go, Serena. Yeah. Mississippi roast is one of our family's favorite easy crock pot dinners. This spin on it being the spicy Mississippi roast was so good. It was just a little bit different. It was so very tasty. And the Lipton onion soup mix really gave it a beefy depth of flavor. Now this bread was only okay. What's for dinner tonight? Well, tonight we're gonna have cowboy chili. Now this recipe is new to me. A friend of mine on YouTube was talking about it in one of her past videos. It might have been an older video, I don't even know, but the way they make it in their family is with ground beef, baked beans, and barbecue sauce. Well, I'm gonna up it a little bit by adding an onion as well as one pepper. This is just a yellow bell pepper. I wish it was a green bell pepper, but it is what it is. And I think it's gonna be really good, cowboy chili. And I'm making it today because Serena had her first horse riding lesson today. So in honor of my little cowgirl, we're gonna make cowboy chili. We're also gonna make this salad. It's the Ultimate Cheddar Ranch chopped kit. We picked this up last time we were at Sam's Club. And then for dessert, I'm gonna be making just a box of brownies in this heart-shaped dish because it's also Valentine's Day today. This is one of my absolute favorite kitchen hacks, and I've shared it before on the channel, but if you deal with your eyes tearing up pretty bad whenever you cut an onion, try placing a damp paper towel onto your cutting board. It will significantly reduce that from happening. I wear contacts normally, and whenever I have my contacts in, my eyes are not bothered by onions, but whenever I'm just wearing my glasses, like I was in this video here today, I knew that my eyes were going to tear so much. It's not even funny. Like I can't even open my eyes if I don't have my contacts in when I'm chopping an onion. So anyway, if that's something that you deal with as well, try the damp paper towel hack and let me know if it works for you, because I was blown away when I learned about that kitchen hack. Anyway, I hope it's helpful to you. I wasn't going to season this with anything, but it's so hard not to. So I am going to add a little bit of salt. I always use Redmond real salt. It's so good. And then pepper, I just use coarse ground black pepper. I actually need to refill my salt, so hold on, I'll be right back. The salt, this is the salt that I use. It's called Redmond real salt. And I've been using this exclusively for my salt for at least a couple of years, maybe 3 years even. Anyway, I just really enjoy it. It's a ancient fine sea salt. If you haven't heard of it, you should check it out. I think I got this bag at Sprouts. All of the meat is nice and browned, and the onions are looking translucent. The peppers look a little bit soft. It's looking real good. And I'm just gonna take this can of baked beans and I'm just gonna pour it in. I'm not gonna drain it or anything. And I want to say, we went a little bit heavier on the meat. I used 4 pounds of ground, mainly because our family loves to have leftovers. I went meat heavy. Oh, wow. Y'all, this smells so good. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to be using the Sweet Baby Ray's, the honey barbecue sauce. And there's no measurement. I'm just going to kind of go with it. This is the 18-ounce bottle. I think I'm going to add the whole thing. I stirred it all together and it smells sweet and smoky. It smells so good, y'all. Oh my gosh. Next, I'm going to whip up some biscuits. I'm going to try to make them heart-shaped. We're going to see about that. We're going to see about that. I don't know. The biscuits turned out lovely. I'm very pleased. I was going to try to make them into heart shapes, but the dough was a little bit wet and I didn't think it would stay. I didn't think it would stay, so I didn't even try. But they look delish anyway. They smell amazing. And this chili, y'all, I am so excited to try it. It smells so good in here. I'm ready to eat. Also, I opened the bag of salad and it did not smell fresh, so I just decided not to make that, and that's okay. For the chili, we're going to top it with some of this shredded cheese, and I think I might cut some of these green onions on top of mine too. I think that's going to be real good. And the brownies are ready to go into the oven. I've got it set for 325, and I'm going to bake them for about 43 minutes. Oh my gosh, y'all. This cowboy chili was so incredibly simple to make. I mean, you watched me do it. It was probably the easiest chili I have ever made, and it tasted really good. Now, it's a little sweeter than I'm used to for chili, but it was still smoky, sweet, and delicious. Everyone in the family really enjoyed it, and the brownies, of course, turned out so good. This was just a simple little Valentine's treat. For dinner tonight, I'm making white chicken chili. I've had it in the crock pot all day. Here's what it looks like, and it smells amazing. I did add pinto beans instead of the white cannellini beans that it calls for on the back. Well, it just says white beans. It doesn't say cannellini, but anyway, I cooked the chicken in the crock pot all day. I shredded it, I added some chicken broth, and then I seasoned it with this, and I added pinto beans. So simple as that. We're gonna top it with some sour cream, and there are green onions if anyone wants to put that on there. I also made a side of rice, and it's just white basmati rice. It's white basmati rice that I added butter, as well as this chicken seasoning. I added about 2 tablespoons of that to 2 cups of rice. So that's dinner tonight. Oh my gosh, I love a simple dinner. And the brownies from last night, oh my gosh, it was not Thanksgiving. It was Valentine's Day. They turned out so good, and we're gonna have some more for dessert tonight. If you're looking for another simple recipe, put this on your meal plan. It's so simple and full of flavor, and I really feel like you'll enjoy it. Our family loves this one. It's Friday night, and we're having a family favorite. It's actually Robbie's ultimate favorite dinner. But I'm making pasta with red meat sauce. The sauce is nothing special. It's just 2 jars of this Classico tomato and basil, and I put 2 packages of ground beef, so it's very hearty. It's gonna be real filling. And then I let the kids pick the type of pasta we would have tonight, so they chose this one. I don't think we've had it before. I'm sure it'll be delicious. And so I just wanted to show you, not every night has to be something new and inventive. I mean, this is a staple. We have this probably once a week, if not like every week and a half or so. So yeah, easy family dinner tonight. It's gonna be yum. I want to add just a little bit more information here at the end of the video. First of all, I want to tell you that I love sharing food content with you. Every recipe that I will ever share with you will be tried, tested, and approved by my family, and we'll be honest with our opinions on how things come together. I love sharing food content. So if you like food content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Something else, the buttermilk biscuits that I made in this video right here, as featured in this little clip, I do have a video where I walk you step by step on how to make them from scratch. It's actually a video of me teaching Serena how to make them. So if you want to check that out, I will link it in the description box below. They're super easy and you can do it too. Anyway, also, I just want to say thank you so very much for adding a dash of gratitude to your day. I really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you on the next video.